Transformers media, and now they're going to be. Hello, I'm not Aiden.
And I'm not Frankie.
And welcome to BroBots in Disguise, where we are going through and discussing every episode of every major Transformers cartoon.
You stole my intro. Give it back.
No! Galvatron steals whatever intro he wants!
How very Galvatron of you. Welcome back to Season 3 of BroBots in Disguise, where we are continuing our discussion of Season 3 of the original Transformers animated series, released in 1986, and following the episode order for Season 3 on TF Wiki with many adjustments for continuity. In today's episodes, we need therapy in Web World. We need earplugs in Carnage in C minor. We need to stop watching so much TV in The Big Broadcast of 2006. We need to stop buying bombs in the Quintesson Journal. And we need to enable others to fight so we don't have to in The Ultimate Weapon.
Looks like we are going to be making some painful choices for our allies this episode.
Indeed.
And we are back to having a few 22-minute episodes, full runtime episodes.
I know, it's crazy.
Sort of in this batch. Not all of them are, but you know. Also, these fully buy into the new Season 3 music, but I was surprised to find there was still quite a few tracks used from Season 1 and 2.
Yeah, they popped up every once in a while.
So I'm just completely wrong in our last podcast episode saying that we.
That's okay. That's just a standard for each and every episode.
Yes.
Is that it's like, so this is definitive. Next episode, I was wrong.
It's like when we kept thinking that every episode was Jetfire's last episode.
Oh, listen, I tell you, this next
Skyfire.
episode.
Sorry.
This next episode is the last time we see Skyfire. It's definitely the last time. At the time of this recording, these Transformers episodes are available on Hasbro Pulse YouTube channel, as well as on DVD and several other streaming services such as Tubi and Pluto. Not sponsored, haven't been sponsored. We are open to receiving money, but we cannot be bought. Our podcast is available on YouTube and Spotify. And with that, let's get into it.
Our first episode is Web World, animated by Toei and Nakamura.
Ooh.
And boy, does it look good.
It does. It's unshaded, but it looks good.
Yeah. Galvatron is going crazier! And Quintesson convinces Cyclonus to take him to Torculon for a cure! He does, but the Asylum planet and medical treatments turn into torture! I don't know why I'm turning into Lemon Grab. Like, that's not Galvatron at all.
I mean, that's pretty close to Galvatron, to be honest.
Cyclonus rescues Galvatron, who then destroys the planet in revenge! It is acceptable.
Yes. Yeah, this episode has, like, a weird look to it where it's like, it looks good. Everything's on model. Like, I very few shots in this look like wonky with proportions and stuff. Like
there's a few interesting angles where the proportions like give way to like the
like
shot
stylization and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think the sacrifice that they made though is that like there's no shading in this episode at all.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
But it doesn't look bad.
We'll get to a much better looking episode later, but first we got to go through Akon.
Yeah.
That's neither here nor there. Let's get on with our diabolical thesis and dissertation on this episode.
Oh, yes.
Quick note. Sludge is in this episode.
Yeah! He's in robot form in a few shots, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soundwave has no vocoder at the beginning, and he sounds like Revenge of the Fallen sounds.
Yeah, none of the normal vocoders are here for some reason, which I think there's a little bit with Cyclonus, like his vocoder will pop in and out, but yeah.
Yeah, so Soundwave is back, but not long enough. I really would have been curious to know what his thoughts on the whole subject matter of this episode were.
Yes.
The Quintesson actually says the word Transformers when referring to the Cybertronians.
One of the few times.
Yeah, it made me be like, have we ever heard them say the word Transformers in the show Transformers prior to this?
So we know that the narrator has said it a bunch.
Well, yeah.
But I don't really recall many dialogue snippets in universe. I think maybe a few from humans, but not really anything from like Cybertronian or anything related to Cybertron.
We also get, what is it called? Isotrite is
Isotrite.
Something that they are mining on asteroids, and I wonder if it's like the equivalent to cybertonium, but for their weapons.
That's what I thought. It seems
Or
like
do you
some
think
kind
that
of
it creates their ammo?
maybe. But we know for a fact that they use it for weapons, but
Yeah.
that's kind of all we really have to go off of.
So Isodrite.
It's green.
No, it's not. It's orange.
Oh no! Wait, I'm thinking of the other episode.
Cybertonium
I'm
is
thinking
green.
of the asteroid from the next episode.
Oh yeah.
But yes, it's orange, which is a unique color.
Yeah, it is a unique color. But I wonder if they use it for ammo or to actually make their weapons function. According to TF Wiki, this may be because in the previous episode, Trypticon neutralized their weapons.
Yeah. So they're trying to get their weapons back online or something.
But they worked well enough to shoot Starscream.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I like the Decepticons' weird little cyber-formed crater that they're operating out of in this episode. Like,
is that on Char? I think it's on Char.
I think it's supposed to be, but it's not at all coded to be Char, because Char always has like the blood red sky and the ruins and stuff. But this one has ruins, but they're green.
Interesting.
Which is typically the color of ancient Cybertron or Quintesson.
Yes.
So if that is the case, then it would make sense why the Quintessons were able to get their hologram to Cyclonus, like, with relative ease.
Yeah.
Since my theory is that this used to be an old Quintesson hideout that the Decepticons are hiding in.
Oh, cool.
Hence the green. But
Yeah.
that's it. That's all that I'm running off of. Like, my own little color theory explanation for the world.
When they have built up for, 2.5 seasons that orange metal is Autobots, purple metal is Decepticons, and then green is, we made that connection that green is ancient Cybertron or Quintessons. It makes sense that you should be able to tell something just by the color of it.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder what those green even more what those green pillars are in Ghost of Starscream.
Yes.
Anyway.
What could they be?
Obelisks or whatever they're called. So then we go to yet another planet called Torculon.
Torculon!
And it reminds me the way that it's kind of like a brownish, like a beige,
brown spiky planet with a bunch of blue like
glow.
Yeah.
Which really reminds me of one of the images of Cybertron during the Golden Age from the Covenant of Primus.
Yes, I know exactly the image that you're talking about. That's it does look pretty similar, but then you get to it, and it's like swirly dust planet with a bunch of purple web structures, which color theory wise works great. But also, I love Torculon. Just as conceptually from, like, it feels very Star Trek.
Do you remember in the very first, not the first episode with Captain Kirk, but the first episode with Captain Pike from the original series, the pilot episode.
The pilot episode.
The cage.
Yes.
That's what this whole planet feels like to me.
Exactly. Same with the Torculon, Torculi, whatever they're called. The plural of inhabitants of Torculon. But they feel very much like the big head people from that pilot episode.
Yeah.
I love all of the bioarchitecture and stuff.
Creepy.
The way that the
creepy.
Like the facility is structured. It's just like a bunch of orbs and like weird.
And they use all this web-based technology.
Yeah, everything's
not like internet-based, but like spider web.
And it's
stuff.
very well implemented. Like they use it for everything.
Yeah. And it moves around and grows and stuff.
And then the Torculi, their base design, it doesn't feel throwaway. Like it's very Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Like blue furred monkey people with prehensile tails, and
Galvatron's just like, get your stinking paws off me, you darn dirty apes.
But they actually show like a lot of variety between them in between the different individuals, which has always been a pet peeve of mine. Whenever it's like, this is an alien race. Oh, cool. What do the other members of the race look like? Exactly the same. And it's like, that's not true of
But they
any
have green
species.
hats instead of the main character who has
Yes.
a red hat.
That's always
Yeah.
irked me.
Yes,
So
yeah.
the fact that they get that in this is fantastic.
Yeah.
The whole concept of the planet being alive, as we discover later in the
Yes,
episode,
yeah.
is freaky.
Yeah.
The Alia as a concept are just terrifying.
Yeah, let's talk about like how does that work for a second. So they call the Torculon the planet has like a core computer within it that runs everything on the planet. However, it seems to be based on the other technology extensions. It seems to be an organic computer.
Yes.
Now, when they go down into the crevice later to destroy it, the hall with the glowing lights and everything reminds me a lot of where they find the being in Call of the Primitives.
Yes.
Which makes me wonder if living computer planets, organic computer planets, exist. There's a lot of them out there in the Transformers universe.
Yeah.
Or if the specific ones were created by, things like the Primacron's assistant.
Right. I don't know if it's a conscious decision to make them look similar.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
But that's what we're here to theorize about.
True.
Is these weird little
because we also get the
inconsistencies
statement from the Quintessons, which, again, you can't trust anything the Quintessons say.
Right.
But that there are other therapy planets out there.
Yeah.
So whether or not they all function like Torculon does, or if they're totally different, who can say? But
yeah, I assume that the computer has like some sort of semi-sentience that it can telepathically communicate with the Alia.
Right.
And they say that the Alia, which are kind of spidery sort of creatures, weave the webs that become like more circuitry. So as there's more webs, the planet becomes smarter, probably.
Right.
And so when they their last ditch effort is always lobotomy, it seems like. And the monkeys
the Torculi,
which they are monkeys because they have a tail.
They do.
They say that his core mind is going to be absorbed into the mind of the planet, right? Is that like a source of food for the planet? Is this how the planet feeds?
That would make sense, given that it's an entire planet dedicated to mental illness and stuff. Which, if that is the food, then it's not exactly the best business practice to build your entire business off of, oh, well, we need people to feed this planet, which means that functionally our therapy business is based off of, oh, well, we can't save this guy, so let's lobotomize him.
Now, read through your list. You've listed out the
yes.
full like.
Oh, I see what you're. I see what you're leading
ahead,
to.
read
so
through that. I'm gonna.
Okay.
I'm about
So
to blow
let's lay the
our
groundwork
minds.
for this. Cyclonus takes Galvatron to this planet to because he's genuinely concerned for his mental well-being.
And we'll talk more about their relationship.
But he takes him there, and then upon instantly looking at Galvatron, they're like, "Oh, we got to take care of this guy." But then he goes through bureaucracy,
right?
And so you can have a service contract, which is how you primarily get admitted to this. But if you don't have a service contract, then you can get in on it.
Which I assume means that either they work for, either Galvatron would work for the Torculi while he's being treated, or Cyclonus would work for the Torculi while Galvatron's being treated.
But if you don't have a service contract, then you go to a credit reference. With a customary, and then they decide to waive the customary deposit. Which I guess is just to assure that Galvatron has a spot on Torculon.
Yes.
Permanent care requires payment in consciousness units rather than the usual forms of payment. So that's if you're fully committing this man to the planet, like he cannot leave.
This was what got me thinking. I was like, what the heck does that mean? Consciousness units instead of payment. So if they have to keep him there forever, then they take it out of they take their payment out of consciousness.
So they feed.
What is that? Is that like little pieces of his conscience at a time? They're going to slowly feed little bits of his mind to the planet as a form of payment over time.
Which would make sense given that they have an entire amount of like an entire planet full of patients to just dip little bits of consciousness into, and then like, you know, pull them from a wide pool as well, as to where it's like, well, you can't really get onto them for like, oh, you destroyed his mind. It's like, no, I just took like a little bit from this guy
at a
and
time.
then a little bit from this guy and then this other guy and then this other girl. And like, you know, you can spread your abuse of these patients across such a wide net that it's not noticeable, because these guys are also all about bureaucracy, about the weeds of contracts and stuff.
Now walk us through the treatment process.
Yes. So are you talking about Galvatron's diagnosis or?
No. I want you to walk through. Well, you can finish. You got to get a signature, which I think it's great that it's a thumbprint.
Yes, I love Cyclonus's bedazzled pink thumbprint of Energon.
And then they've got validation, diagnostics, therapeutics, parts and labor, and accounting.
And your copy.
And your copy, yeah. Now walk us through Galvatron's treatment cycle.
Okay,
we've got a
so
list down here that says Galvatron's treatment. Read that.
Yes. Why are we going all the way over there?
It's part of what I am continuing to discuss. Sorry.
So Galvatron's treatment, fully, is you start him off with talk therapy, which goes swimmingly.
Yeah.
Then we move on to psychomotor reintegration via part reassembly, which is just building stuff with various different blocks and stuff, which Galvatron thwarts.
I'll get into that later.
Exodrama, which is just shouting all of your issues out into the blue.
Acting it out.
And then metaprocessor disintegration and consciousness absorption via alia consumption is the final, and it's basically a lobotomy. All of these, in case you haven't noticed, every single aspect of Torquilon is a pastiche of actual psychological asylum treatments and mental health asylum treatments and theory and bureaucracy, and it's mostly a parody taking shots at it.
It's a very dark parody of the basically the healthcare system for
mentally disturbed people.
Mentally disturbed people. Now, here's the thing: is they walk him through all these different treatments that all fail, right?
Yes.
And do we ever hear about anybody making a recovery from this place? No. I think that they keep them all there and they walk them through these treatments, and it's only because Cyclonus is there demanding more, Cyclonus and Scourge are there demanding, treat him, that they're rushing him through these. I think that on a normal day on Torquilon, it takes years to go through all of these treatment processes, but they always end up in the alia metaprocessor disintegration and consciousness absorption, because I think that it's a bureaucratic way of removing people that their societies have deemed
we want these people to go away.
So they're working towards just eventually we will lobotomize all these people, and that is how they feed the planet that is alive.
Sinister.
Yes. My question is, what do the monkeys get out of it? I think that they're just sadists.
Could be.
Because they seem completely chill with doing everything that they do to them, and they seem to be doing it in particular ways to aggravate and lead up to this this brain disintegration technique at the end. He seems to take particular pride in this final maneuver.
Yes. While I do think there's a lot of merit to that.
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, you can definitely tell that they're not exactly nice or very altruistic in their treatment. It's more of, like, scientific curiosity and stuff that drives them. I think I would disagree that, like, this is their, like, sinister plan. I think there's room for that, definitely. But I think just from, like, a few comments from the lead therapists make me think that they're way more detached from it all.
Yeah, I don't think that they're actively malicious, but this is just what they do. They're so numb to this.
Yes.
That they're just like, this is just normal. I mean, that's what he says at the end is that they're all just mindless machines.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Galvatron being crazy. He's been kind of on the mend in a few episodes.
A handful of episodes.
But now he's back to being fully crazy in this episode.
Yes. Which we do get, like, a full diagnosis of Galvatron just from the first few seconds of him raging at a T-Rex in a cage. According to the therapists, he exhibits anti-mutual behavior, a severe failure in reality processing, a malignant plasma neural tic, mood swings, irrational behavior, standard logic failure. All of this stems from a plasma imbalance caused by full submersion in plasma baths on Thrall.
Yes.
Which led to an embrittlement of his metaprocessing circuitry. Which, according to Cyclonus, later in the episode, is that the metaprocessor is what houses a Cybertronian's mind.
Yeah, so like we were discussing in the last episode, Starscream's ghost would have been running on the metaprocessor.
Yes. But I don't think that Starscream's ghost was, like, I think in specific instances, like when he possessed Cyclonus, he fully overrode the metaprocessor.
Yes, yeah.
Whereas with the other ones, he just possessed the motor functions.
Yes. Yeah.
But, yeah, all of which, according to the lead therapist, perpetually puts him on the brink of perceptual crash.
Yes.
But, yeah, this is also really cool continuity that they're actually acknowledging that, like, yeah, no, the plasma baths on Thrall absolutely cooked this man.
Right. And there's some hints that he's at war with himself, having been changed from Megatron to Galvatron as well. Because when he's screaming in the at the end, he's like, "You have no right to change me," and the therapist says, "But that's the problem. You have been changed."
Yeah.
And they may be mainly referring to
his mental
going
state.
from Leonard Nimoy to Plasma Bath Galvatron.
Right.
But further than that is from Megatron to Galvatron, because while it's a really funny gag, I think it's absolutely hilarious that in the psychomotor reintegration via part reassembly, where they give him like building blocks to just build something with, they say that treatment is meant to help him reassemble a fractured psyche. Right. And he builds a gun. It's absolutely hilarious because you think that, okay, he built a gun and he's just trying to escape, right? But no. What did Megatron turn into?
A gun.
A gun! He's trying to reconstruct the Megatron in him.
Yeah.
Which later on, you know, we talk about it in several of these episodes. He has very Megatron-ish schemes.
Yes.
But I think that, you know, this episode is hinging on the idea that, yeah, Galvatron has been irrevocably changed, and if you take that away from him, he's no longer Galvatron.
Yeah.
And if you take away Galvatron from Galvatron, he won't be Megatron. He'll just be nothing.
Right. I think this kind of brings up a powerful question of, is Galvatron a totally distinct person now after everything that has happened to him? Number one, he got transformed into Galvatron by Unicron.
Yeah.
And we know that they had a specific mental link with each other.
Yeah.
That Unicron was able to mentally torture Galvatron from vast distances. That's also because Unicron's an eldritch being of some kind. We can't possibly know the the workings of him
Yeah.
on a mechanical level, but like we don't know how much of Galvatron's Leonard Nimoy personality
Right.
was influenced by Unicron directly.
Yeah.
How much of the original Megatron was even there to begin with?
Yeah.
Is there anything left of Megatron? Like that's constantly in question of like how much does he actually remember of his past? And it's really sad too, because Galvatron as a person is constantly defined by all of his followers around him by the person that he used to be.
Yes.
And that Cyclonus and Scourge, all of the other Decepticons, they follow him, but they're constantly comparing him to Megatron.
Yeah.
And
well,
that
Cyclonus and Scourge to Galvatron in the movie.
Yes.
Everybody else to Megatron.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like ultimately Megatron is the standard
Yes.
for a leader of the Decepticons.
Yeah.
This kind of explains why he's so violent to the Decepticons.
Yeah.
Is because he's like, leave me alone, I'm me.
Yeah.
And like according to his point of view,
Yeah.
he's normal.
Yeah.
What he says is like, you have no right to change what I am.
Yeah.
It to his perspective is that like Galvatron is fully assured in who he is.
Yeah.
He feels that he doesn't need to be fixed.
Right.
Do they have a right to try and change him
Yeah.
now? Obviously, yeah, he's psychotic. He's insane. He's blown up multiple planets.
Right. And what I think is interesting is that this Psych Ward planet does actually consider robots to be life, which we were theorizing about
Yes.
in the previous, basically do Transformers have...
They treat him
previous
like
podcast
every
episodes.
other patient.
Yeah. They don't just ship him off to some foundry to get spare parts, and it brings up the whole ship of Theseus. Like, if they did wipe his mind and they did replace his metaprocessor with a fixed one, this episode is basically saying, no, he would not be Galvatron.
Exactly.
He would be a mindless machine.
Yeah.
So there is a connection between the physical and psychological damage that cannot be separated.
Yeah, which I think is where the episode kind of makes a thematic statement, is that, Galvatron does win by
Yes.
sheer brute forcing his way
Right.
through all of it. But there's the question where Cyclonus says he'll have no mind left. He'll just be a machine.
Oh, man.
And the lead therapist replies, aren't we all, in a way? Which says so much about their perspective, is
Exactly.
that it's all, whether biological or mechanical or a planet's nervous system or a human's nervous system,
Yeah.
it's all just pathways. It's just information.
Yeah.
It's just a scientifically broken down understanding of the universe. They're purely utilitarian.
Right.
They don't fix people out of the genuine desire to do good.
Yeah.
They do it for the scientific curiosity and the success of like, we fixed this person, or this person was too far gone, we fed them to the planet.
Oh, that could be what they get out of the process, is that they get to make scientific discoveries on the psyches of different life forms, and the planet gets fed.
Yes.
In the end, no matter what.
Right. And
once they're done toying with these creatures, then they feed them to the planet.
which also, like, I don't even know if the Torculi, I don't even know if they're native to this planet, because they look nothing like nothing about the environment suggests that they would naturally spring up.
Because they're
from
monkeys, and then everything else is like spiders and webs and
you would
shells
think that they'd be
and
more
crustaceans and stuff.
Yeah, if anything, the Alia seem like they'd be the native species.
Yeah.
So I think these Torculi are just like they came to this planet.
They're a symbiote.
Yes.
I fully believe that the Torculi and Torculon are in a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, which I think, like, also on a meta way, this is a good statement about, like, whenever you just swap character names and personalities and stuff in the Transformers continuity.
Yes.
Where it's like, you have Wheeljack from Armada, who is a great character, but he's not Wheeljack. as in G1 Wheeljack. It's a totally different guy.
He looks like Sideswipe, and his Japanese name is Rampage.
Yeah. Wheeljack from Transformers Prime. Great character. He's not really Wheeljack.
He looks like him.
He looks exactly like him, but he's a totally different guy. If anything, he's closer to something like Impactor.
Yeah.
But when you're kind of swapping these characters back and forth, yes, like the question comes up, it's like, well, what's in a name? What's in a character? And stuff like that. If you carelessly swap these people between each other, it's like, well, you know, aren't they all just machines in a way? Aren't they all devices for the plot?
Toys
to be sold. But Galvatron is in defiance of that and says, no, I'm me.
Yeah.
I'm Galvatron.
Yeah.
And nothing you can do can change that.
Yeah.
And even though I'm horribly broken and stuff, I'm still me.
Right.
And you have to respect that.
Yeah.
So just all of this to say, Galvatron's just a devoted disciple of destruction. Let him explore his life purpose in peace. Let him blow up any planet he wants to. Granted, you probably need to stop him, but...
'Cause I'm just Galvatron. Anywhere else I'd be Megatron.
Oh, no.
Is it my destiny to live and die a life of destructive fragility?
I was struggling so hard to figure out what you were doing.
Speaking of relationships, Cyclonus and Galvatron.
Yes. I love this.
It got so dark at the end with the powerless Cyclonus having to watch as his master is having his mind ripped from what's left of his mind ripped from him, and Galvatron just cowering and begging, and the seeming impassive doctors taking a quiet yet sadistic pleasure in the torture.
God, I love this couple. Cyclonus, I've always liked that he's against his kind of better judgment. He hates and loves the Galvatron, just as he hates and loves himself. But he's a fanatic. Like, at the end of the day, that's his whole dynamic, is that he fanatically believes that Galvatron is the Decepticon's salvation. But this episode actually brings up that, like, at the end of the day, dude, you can't ignore the fact that this guy is clinically insane. He's a walking disaster. And I love that this is a rare moment where they show that, like, Cyclonus, he genuinely cares for Galvatron's well-being. It's not just like, you know, oh, I gotta prop up this guy, make him the, you know, the great leader and stuff like that. He seems to genuinely care for Galvatron enough to where he actually makes the really tough decision to commit Galvatron. And when he starts, like, raging against him, he's like, Cyclonus, I'm gonna kill you, like that. You can see him just that, like, really morose, like, grim resolve about it when the lead therapist is like, oh, you did the right thing by bringing him here, and he's just silent at that point. Yeah. And I love that character moment.
It's a very familial relationship at this point. Like, he's a sibling or a parent or something to Galvatron.
Yeah. It feels like you're taking care of
or like this. You know what this episode is? This episode is a child, not, you know, an adult child, you know, 40s, 50s, whatever, having to commit their parent to
like a nursing home.
A nursing home. Yeah. And then the nursing home turns out to be abusive.
Yeah. Which is, you know, honestly way heavier than this episode like would initially lead you to believe, because it's like it's pretty goofy through a lot of it as well. Like the pastiche is very on the nose with the psychiatry. Yeah. But I mean, and there's a lot of great gags.
The one monkey is designed to look like Sigmund Freud or something.
Yeah.
Tell me about your mother, Galvatron.
But
I'd like to meet her.
Whoa.
Freud was messed up. I don't like Freud. Anyway.
But it's really sad to see Galvatron's, like, slow descent from... He's kind of just mildly irritated at first, and then he when he starts realizing like, oh, I can't get out of here. Cyclonus, you betrayed me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of rage.
Yeah.
And then when he's in like the exodrama and stuff,
Mm.
it starts turning into like desperation.
Yeah.
Like, it's really funny, the bouncing ball, but you can see that I don't think we've ever seen Galvatron this exasperated before.
Make that terrible noise stop!
Yeah.
That was me
It's
in the next episode.
Yeah. Now you know what it feels like, Galvatron.
Yeah.
But then it's genuinely pleading for his life.
Yeah.
The Alia sequence is terrifying.
I'll-
It's not even watered down terrifying. It's genuinely terrifying. You're seeing them drilling into his chest and weaving webs into like the back of his neck and stuff. It's horrifyingly invasive. And the fact that he's not screaming, he's not like hurling out insults or rage and stuff. It's just, please save me, Cyclonus.
What broke
I'll
me
do
was when he
anything.
said-
I'll do nothing at all.
That broke me. I was like, dang, this guy's this, murderous villain throughout the rest of the show, but here is so, like, sad.
I felt so horribly moved by this moment.
Yeah. But yeah, I also think that Cyclonus has more of, like, a classical hero and king relationship. Like, fealty, like
Yes.
from like a classical Greek or Germanic or Viking sort of fealty to the king. Or like you said, his helmet reminds you of samurai.
Yes.
He has a very samurai relationship to essentially his master.
Yeah. The Shogun.
Right. So for him to not be able to help him, and also to know that he put him in this,
Exactly.
and then their recompense, or not recompense, what do you call it? Reconciliation is, Galvatron, forgive me, I did not know. Well, you should have. I'm going to destroy this planet, and you're going to let me. And it's like, and at first,
It's like, I can't blame him. That's
yeah,
fair.
yeah. Cyclonus is like, yep, that's fair. And then he just lays waste to the entire planet. And then at some point he's like, don't we have other things? Can we please get back to the Autobots and pretend like none of this ever happened?
Well, it's like, oh gosh, it feels like you're watching a child,
Yeah.
like, under duress with
Yeah.
Galvatron. And like, that kind of comes back to, like, was he ever Megatron at all? Like,
yeah.
was Galvatron ever at any point Megatron? Because this is a part of his character that we've never seen.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't ever see again.
Right.
Not
Not until, I'd say, the end of Return of Optimus Prime.
right. Because, oh man, I love this episode. I love this episode a lot.
Intense.
I think this might be a contender for one of my favorite G1 episodes. It's easily top 5 for sure. But yeah. Before we head out though, I do want to address some of the patients that exist on on Torculon. We have the weird little slug that's orange and goes, "Mommy!" We have a 3-headed fella who is claiming that he has no head. A T-Rex. A centipede that falls into...
Why the T-Rex is there?
He's clinically insane, man. He's killed 30 people.
No, he has survivor's guilt because he didn't get wiped out in the Permian extinction.
He's like, I'm the last of my kind.
Or whatever. The asteroid.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't know what it's called.
There's a centipede that just kind of falls apart into a bunch of different segments.
Yeah.
A curious little snail conch fella who's like genuinely interested in Galvatron's gun that he's making. He's like, ooh, what you making here? Oh, jeez!
Yeah.
There's the screaming, bouncing ball man. In the background, there's a half robot, half man guy, and...
also, centaurs exist.
Yes!
And they wear red t-shirts.
They do. Maybe
It's
he was a
probably
red shirt from Star Trek.
It's a Nintendo Switch shirt like you can get in Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
I thought this was interesting. Your little background note on the writers. We should talk about the writers more.
We should,
at least for the really good episodes.
Yes.
Like this one. Like you said, this is probably top 10 episodes of all of Generation 1.
Yeah.
It's so dark.
Yeah. But it also has really good structure and pacing to it as well.
Yeah.
Like, there's a very clear build up and payoff and setup and everything.
Right.
There's minimal jank.
it's character story focused, you know.
Yes.
Like this stands up there with the likes of like Master Builders. And
yes,
stuff like that.
definitely. Which I'm a sucker for character centric Transformers episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fun fact about the writers, Len Wein is best known for, well, this in the Transformers community, but also he wrote a lot for DC and Marvel. But he co-created a lot of pretty significant characters that, such as for DC, Amanda Waller, Lucius Fox, Mongol, Swamp Thing, of all people.
Wow.
For DC, and then for X-Men, he wrote Giant Size X-Men #1, which he co-created Storm, Colossus, Nightcrawler, Wolverine.
Wow.
So yeah, this guy's got some chops.
Yeah, and the Transformers cartoon is a co-production with Marvel Sunbow Animation, which is not directly tied to the comics, but Marvel did have the Transformer comics at this time.
Yeah, and there's like overlap between all of this. But then Diane Duane, I think that's how you say the name, but she has written on various multiple Star Trek episodes over the course of the series.
From all the series, or like?
I'm not sure. She was born in the 50s, so I'm assuming that she worked on like some of the later stuff, like Next Generation.
TNG,
But that seems to make a lot of sense, since this episode felt very Star Trek, especially with the setting.
Very TNG.
Yeah.
All right.
I love this one.
Yeah, and the rest of this episode will go by pretty quick, I think. With that, let's take a short break and come back in our next episode.
Carnage in C minor, done by ACOM. Oh, fun.
Yay.
Decepticons and Autobots end up on Eurythma, a planet dominated by magic music. Galvatron and Soundwave steal the 3 harmonies of power from their bearers and attack Metroplex, while Magnus and Blaster convince the 3 bearers to work together to defeat the Decepticons.
Broadside is a character in this episode.
Yeah, Broadside is a character.
And now he's in robot mode, finally, and with his toon design.
Yes, so...
He's funny.
What is his...
I like him.
What does his regular robot form look like? Does it look more like the one that we see in Bird and Hardest to Bear?
Yeah, that's what his toy looks like, I believe. Let me double check that.
Because the one design that he has in here looks like a funky mold that he would probably have in a toy, with like the weird back to his head.
So they were working off of his pre-final model for this episode, which actually happens a lot with ACOM. They are either working off of pre-final models or older models, or just designs that weren't quite ready yet.
Yeah.
Toei usually uses the final model because obviously they have priority. And yeah, his toy kind of looks like neither of them, but looks more like the Toei design than the ACOM design. But here he is definitely an Autobot.
Yeah, I like him.
And he is the now current character obsessed with his paint job.
So, yeah, I kind of hate that, because it's just Trax's personality shtick, but with Broadside, which doesn't really make any sense, given that he's a gigantic jet and a boat. Like, and not just a boat, an aircraft carrier. 2 things which typically aren't very obsessed with their paint job. Now, that could be a good character contrast, but it makes a lot more sense for a street Corvette to be more concerned with his paint job and be more of a diva.
Well, maybe Trax got reformatted by Unicron into Broadside. And that's why he's a Decepticon in some episodes.
That would certainly be a choice.
No, I think Trax shows up in one episode in season 3.
I think so.
I don't remember where.
I'm also taking this very personally because nobody messes with Trax.
But yeah, no, I think Broadside's a pretty good character, and
I like him.
His voice is mostly consistent with the voice we've heard before.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Devastator gets dunked on in this whole episode. It's hilarious.
Yeah, he gets one-shotted or one taken care of multiple times. Once even by Perceptor.
Yeah, he gets shot by Perceptor and falls apart right after he combines, and then he also gets crushed by Broadside in boat mode.
It's
which is
honestly
just,
pretty clever.
that is the funniest thing.
That's like shape-shifting into a whale to crush somebody.
Yeah. Soundwave's still around. He's in this episode. And
Yes.
Scamper actually makes an appearance in this episode in robot mode.
Incredible!
I thought that I thought he only showed up in one episode ever, and that was the Thief in the Night, but I was wrong.
I like Scamper.
Scamper is in this episode. He has a vaguely Bumblebee-ish voice.
Yeah. Definitely not because he's voiced by the same guy. Totally not. Yeah, but Soundwave and Blaster are back in this episode.
Yeah.
And I think it's just purely because it's a music-focused one. That's the only reason they brought them back.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But I do like that we actually see Soundwave being, like, you know, they both are like, you know, oh, the beautiful music and stuff like that.
They are absolutely astounded and enthralled by this music.
Yeah, which it's like, yeah, that makes sense. But it's cool seeing Soundwave do that as well because he's a pretty...
we actually get some personality out of Soundwave.
Yeah, he's typically very stoic. So it's neat seeing him like, oh, that was beautiful.
Yeah. I'll bet Soundwave and Blaster would really vibe with Vangelis and Wendy Carlos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's some good music in this episode.
There's certainly music.
But most of it is just noise.
All of it is just noise. So there's like, okay. The whole thing revolves around, there's 3 people on this planet. And they have, like, the key to the ultimate harmony.
The magic harmony.
The magic harmony that can do, I don't know, just kind of anything. It could either be massively destructive or...
It can heal people.
It can heal people.
Yeah. And
it can push people. It can pull people. It can... It just does anything you need it to.
It hurts my ears.
It hurts. Golly. I kind of see what they were going for, where it's like, okay... So there's Basso Profundo, which is great.
What a name.
What a fantastic name.
I hate his chin mustache.
I love his chin mustache.
It's so dumb.
It's like,
Okay, so everybody's dressed like Renaissance minstrels.
Yes, which I kind of like.
Yeah. And
it's goofy, but I like it.
They're humans, but they're kind of elves because they got pointy ears. And their whole culture is, as described by Blaster, based off of music, and everything is concerned with music. The way that they build their cities,
art,
the way
culture,
that
history, architecture, warfare, the whole shebang.
Right. Which is a cool concept, and it's a cool idea to have. Like, if they did this as, like, a musical episode, you know, like...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This would kill as a musical episode.
And the people, they talk like they're trying to, in a sing-songy voice, but they just talk. And it's, like, vocoded. It's... Because it's like, oh, well, I guess I don't want to be here anymore. I think I'm going to go to the bathroom now.
It is as awful as it sounds. And, like, okay, I get what they were trying to do with, like, Basso Profundo. He's got, literally, because of his name, he's got the bass. It's like, Zebop.
Zebop Skandana,
which I think is supposed to be, like, bebop, like, or scat, specifically, where it's like, you know, from, like, jazz. Doesn't really follow through in his harmony.
No.
Allegra, I think is like it's some sort of musical term. Another Italian musical term.
Yeah,
which is like an allegro or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, allegro is a musical term for a fast, cheerful tempo.
Okay.
But isn't Allegra also a medicine, a drug?
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, like, the only one that actually follows the naming convention is Basso Profundo, because he's got the big, deep bass voice.
Yeah.
Zebop does not scat at any point.
Mm-hmm.
Allegra is not exactly cheerful, and she's honestly more Starscreamish than I remember.
She was really easily convinced to help the Decepticons.
She's
like, I don't think this is a good idea anymore.
Yeah, I guess she's supposed to be like anti-establishment.
Yeah,
and it's supposed to be like a rebel punk.
I guess
some
what's
kind.
going on is there's some sort of like authoritarian, like Basso Profundo wanted to run everything strictly, and
yeah, because he doesn't like Allegra's music.
Yeah, she wanted to play some other music without just contributing to the.
She wanted to wiggle in front of a computer monitor to make music.
I thought that was funny that was diegetic music, like the soundtrack was what she's producing the season 3 soundtrack.
Yeah, which was really fun. Zebop has no personality. He is there. And he's got macaroni hair.
So when he's trying to rescue her, and then he stops and he's like, "Oh no!" So he sets her to the side and then just stands there and gets crushed.
My time has come.
And all I could think of was that Adventure Time episode with the little hot dog people in the maze, and Finn saying, "You guys are really stupid, aren't you?"
That's most of this episode.
That's this whole episode.
But, like, weirdly enough, I'm on Basso Profundo's side. He's kind of right. The bots did bring their war here.
Yep.
He's a jerk, but he's right.
Right.
And, I do not care for the Eurythmians. They insist upon themselves.
Exactly. I think it's funny that white noise is the ultimate anti-weapon weapon. That was silly.
I had to look away from the screen for a little bit after I heard that, where it's like anti-noise, white noise, and I'm like, I'm done, man. I can't.
Why is Soundwave so easily erased?
Yeah. It's just a button. It's just one of the buttons on his belt.
Do you think he recorded that onto Laserbeak, Ratbat, or Ravage, or which one do you think?
It would explain why Laserbeak never shows up again in the show.
He got his brain erased.
He completely erased Laserbeak.
Dang.
I do love his reaction though. He's like, "My tapes. You erased my tapes."
Yeah.
There's also a weird hierarchy here where. We kind of established the priority list for the Decepticons is apparently to destroy Metroplex
Galvatron
first.
hates Metroplex.
Yes,
he also
it's apparently the only way that you can defeat the Autobots is that you defeat Metroplex first, and then you go to Cybertron.
Yeah,
and fight them there, which makes sense because it's like Cybertron's the big fortress world,
but
Metroplex is the bastion.
Yeah, but Earth is where you get all of your energy from, because at this point, Cybertron is still on life support.
Right.
And Autobot City is their stronghold against it. And Galvatron comes up with this very Megatron scheme to just put rockets on a comet from the Oort cloud that is going to crash it into Metroplex.
And it's weirdly gonna become relevant later in the Rebirth.
It's also green and slimy like that asteroid that they banished Starscream.
Yes. Apparently green celestial objects are a pretty common thing in the Transformers universe.
I'm guessing that Eurythma is somewhere near the Oort cloud.
Yes. They mentioned the Oort cloud in the asteroid. We also get a little bit of Galvatron doing a classical Megatron scheme. Where he's trying to deceive. Imagine that, a Decepticon deceiving somebody.
Right, and gathering support from the locals to help his cause.
Turning them against each other.
Yeah, turning them against each other, immediately casting them aside as soon as he's got what he wants.
Yeah. Maybe his time on Torquilon did actually do some good.
That's what I always assumed, was that he was somewhat stabilized.
A little bit.
Just what he needed for therapy
was to blow up Torculon.
Was to blow up Torculon.
another. Oh,
He
we
just-
forgot to add that to the list
To
of
destroy
celestial
another
objects.
celestial objects. Yeah.
Now, granted, he didn't blow up the planet. He did just
should've
lay
blew-
waste to it. So
Yeah. But I think that's what he needed for therapy. He just needed a vacation day where he could just blow something up.
you know,
For
just some
fun. Just
some
for fun. He doesn't have
destruction
to worry
therapy.
about the war effort. Just do it for fun,
Mhm.
for your own hobby. You know, you don't
Yeah.
have to try to make money off of it. Just, yeah.
Galvatron would love
He should-
a rage room.
He should have destroyed this planet, though.
Yeah, I agree. Because honestly, they're not that great. The Eurythmens are not that great.
It's a cool concept for an episode. It's just executed so poorly that I kind of hate this episode.
It's like it's so difficult to do something like this on a visual level.
Yeah.
Because it's sound.
Yeah.
You can't see sound.
Right.
Especially when it's rendered by ACOM. When you can see sound, it's just a bunch of rings.
They should have put more effort into like making it a musical and like staying
Yes.
in tune, not auto-tuned, but like actually singing.
Because you have so many shows that do like they full send the bit. They do the musical and they full send it.
Yeah.
This one just kind of grazes over the concept of music rather than like leaning into any sort of like genre or anything. It's just noise. Which it's like, we've seen Sonic battles that worked in Transformers before. We have Blaster versus Soundwave in the epic DJ rap battle
Yeah.
in the city. Like, that worked.
Yeah.
We saw sound being used for destructive potential. This just doesn't land, man.
So we went from one of the best episodes in Generation 1 to one of the worst episodes in Generation 1.
Yeah.
Um,
It just... Ow.
There's
It
a lot
hurts.
of funny stuff in this episode.
Oh yeah, it's
'Cause-
hilarious.
Yeah,
It's a funny
there's a lot of
episode.
hilarious stuff in it. Don't get us wrong. There's a lot to like about just the goofiness of this episode.
Basso
You-
Profundo's double mustache.
You will laugh.
Yes.
If you take our perspective of just enjoy the insanity.
Oh,
But
yeah, I
your
love the
ears
ru-
will also bleed.
Yes. I love the running gag that for some reason Blaster and Soundwave have to translate the Eurythmens to the other
this was one thing.
Cybertronians.
This was one thing I thought was really cool. Okay, at first I thought it was stupid and dumb that the Eurythmens are just talking English to the Transformers, and for some reason Blaster and Soundwave have to translate. But when they translate, they're not just repeating what they said, they're adding more information. And what I realized is it's not that they're inaccurate, they are picking up extra information from the harmonic tunes
Ah.
and
Like
sub
infrasounds and
frequencies
stuff.
in their voices, because they always talk with like this
Yeah.
auto-tune voice, right? But I think the concept here is that there's more information being conveyed than what they're just verbally speaking, because they're also singing
Yeah.
it. They're generating a harmonic tone that's conveying more information, and Soundwave and Blaster are picking up on that.
Nice.
It just in the back of their voice. So that was one thing that I thought was really cool, but the episode doesn't explain it all.
Yeah.
That's just something that I made up so that I could enjoy this episode.
See, that's like, you gotta read into it to actually get some value out of this one.
Right. Which is what we're here for. That's what we're doing with the whole of Generation 1.
Right.
And the more you do that, the more you get out of it. you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah. You can get some neat stuff out of this episode, but
Oh boy, you gotta dig.
it's not one of the best.
You know, it's not that you have to dig to find that. It's just that you got to dig deep to survive this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
ouch my ears, ouch my eyes, just ouch in general.
But as far as a story goes,
It's fine.
If you wrote this as a short story,
Yeah,
this would be a good episode.
this would be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just is not done well. It's executed horrendously.
But
Yeah. Anyway,
some funny bits though.
on to
I
an
like
episode
my favorite part is still just broadside landing on Devastator. It's worth watching the episode for just that. And that's at the
Yeah.
beginning of the episode. So also we get to see Scamper in robot mode. So,
Scamper.
That's at the end of the episode.
Fun guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, on to an episode with some more bits that actually do land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll take a short break and come back with the next episode. And we're back with the big broadcast of 2006, which was also animated by Acom, but looks much better.
It does.
The Quintessons attempt to retrieve a journal from Junkion and create a diversion by using subliminal messaging to turn the Junkions against everyone else. Autobot and Decepticon interference causes the whole galaxy to get brainwashed and go to war over Junkion. Blaster counteracts the signals and everyone calms down, but the journal is lost in space.
Oh boy. So many references in this one.
A ridiculous, obviously, because this is focusing on the Junkions, they're constantly referencing TV stuff. Which, what I thought was interesting is in this episode, Wreck-Gar's voice actually changes to accommodate what he's quoting.
Yes, which I do like.
I like that. And it's kind of like Bumblebee from
I can actually
the
understand him
live-action
this
movies.
episode, too.
Yeah. But on the other hand, it kind of is confusing, like, who's talking?
Yeah. You can't tell if they're, like, channeling the TV itself or if they're just speaking that TV. If they're, like, talking TV. But yeah, I do love that, you know, this is us actually seeing the Junkion's way of life. And it's literally just watching TV.
They watch
They
TV.
literally...
They have a
and they watch
giant
it,
TV.
They watch it all the way to the end of the broadcast because this was back in the era where TV just stopped airing at a certain time.
And
it hit midnight.
The American flag comes on.
Yeah, and this concludes our radio broadcast, or our television broadcast.
You
And
wanna
then
know
it just stops.
You want to know the first time I learned about that was Toy Story 2.
Same.
Of course, because we're brothers.
Yeah, we watched the same movie.
Yeah. But yeah, so they're watching, at the very beginning of the episode, they are watching a show that has Powerglide and Starscream fighting a dogfight.
They're watching season 2.
And I'm wondering if they're watching a rerun of season 2 or if this is current events. Like, is that Starscream post Ghost in the Machine?
I don't think so.
We know Powerglide's still alive.
True. I like to think that this is a movie that the Earth Defense Command made about the Transformers.
Maybe,
that season 1 and 2, it just got adapted into the show.
Yeah. And like you said, the American flag shows up, so maybe it's the end of the news. I don't know.
Maybe.
Female Junkions, I thought they were extinct.
Yes.
Actually, I think there's someone in the background of the movie, but I'm not
There
sure.
is, I think. Yeah. But I really like her design.
I love all the weird background Junkion designs.
Yes, we have like... There's typically... It waffles between the two. There's Wreck-Gar, and then there's the Detritus, I believe he's called, design that has like the horns.
Yeah.
And those are usually the only ones that they cycle through.
Mm-hmm. Well, in one scene in this episode, there's like 5 Wreck-Gars on screen at once.
A lot of time, it's kind of up for debate whether or not Wreck-Gar is unique or if he's just the base model for the Junkions.
I like the little scrawny guy that's carrying the journal.
Yes, I love his little design.
I wonder what he turns into, and then I wonder what the female Junkion turns into.
Yeah.
What is her name?
That is a good question.
Hang on.
OTF Wiki.
Nancy. Her name is just Nancy.
Fun. I like that. You know, what's stopping a Transformer from just being called a regular human name?
Also, she has the ability to fly apart completely and put herself back together.
Yes, I have always loved the Junkion's ability to do that, where they just like they are completely reassemblable.
And I love that they are to convey that in the newer toys where you can take them apart and stuff.
Yes, so cool. But it does bring up an interesting question of are the Junkions Cybertronian, or did they come from somewhere else? Because in this one, the Quintessons, they have like kind of the same level of hesitation around the Junkions that they do with humans.
Yeah.
And humans, they don't like because they're unpredictable.
Yeah.
Because they don't have any sort of... They were never involved with humans.
Yeah.
They don't know how to manipulate them.
Right.
And humans are just naturally unpredictable to them.
Yeah.
And it seems to be the same case with the Junkions, which leads me to assume that they have never been involved with Junkions at all, whether by they just never bothered to interact with them because why?
Yeah.
Or they were never involved in their sort of creation at all. Because even though they transform, they seem close to Transformers. We don't know if they actually are Cybertronian in origin.
Well, I think that they are like the Neanderthals to humans.
Yes.
Um,
They're coded that way in this episode specifically.
Especially, yeah, because they are definitely presented as like a third faction. And the idea that the Quints are brainwashing the Junkions with TV is a great plan.
Yes,
Fantastic
I
plan.
love this plan.
Yeah, this is an excellent, because all they do is sit around and watch TV all day, right? And play with the junk.
Yeah.
Do whatever it is. So, for them being a third faction, to go against the Autobots is very dangerous for them, to turn against everybody. But I think in one of the files of Teletran 2, the narrator describes them as a lost colony of Autobots.
That's what I always assumed they were.
They broke off, I would guess, and I'm going to, like we suspected with Paradron, it's just convergent evolution. The Transformer, or the Cybertronians, are always destined to develop transforming, whether or not they left during the war after they developed transforming, or if they left during the Quintesson War or something like that. I think maybe these guys got out during the Quintesson rule, before the Quintessons were kicked off of Cybertron, during the first Cybertronian War, or early on during the second Cybertronian War.
Yeah.
And then they made this colony on the planet of junk. They started just collecting junk from the cosmos. Yeah. And they've obviously been near Earth for a long time, because they've been picking up their radio stations long enough for it to, or their TV stations long enough for it to influence their culture completely. Yeah. And they probably do watch other planet TVs. Stations, because as we see in this episode, other planets also have television.
Yeah.
So I think that they also watch other TV, and in the next episode we'll see that there are aliens that look like humans, but they mostly show them watching Earth television. So
which makes sense, since it's an 80s cartoon. It's for 80s children, so it makes sense that all of the references that the Junkions are going to make are to 80s related things.
Right.
For humans.
Yeah.
But it would be really funny if they started referencing stuff from other alien planets and just mixing them in with a random Terminator reference.
Right.
But yeah, I've always assumed that they were just a cargo cult. They were a lost colony of Transformers.
So I think they are originally from Cybertron, but they've just been gone for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you say, cargo cult.
Yeah, and yeah, I love the Quintesson's plan. It's perfect characterization of their approach.
Make
to
them
things.
Organized.
Yes, is that they are a disorganized mess, but they seem to work pretty well. So we got to figure out a way to manipulate them. How do we manipulate them? TV.
Yeah.
Subliminal messaging.
Right.
It goes horribly wrong.
I like the Junkion versus Sharkticons bit. That seems like a fun little piece of army building.
Yeah. But it's also crazy that the Quintessons, I don't know if this is by choice or by necessity, they don't seem to have the manpower to go toe-to-toe with the Junkions, which in and of itself is saying a lot. The Quintessons are pretty weak.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that this, as a side effect of their manipulation of the Junkions, intergalactic war suddenly breaks out.
Right.
And then the fact that it's we get this whole montage of them showing that we're on the verge of every single culture that has TV is about to go to war with each other. How can we make money off of this?
Yeah, it's forget the journal. I can sell this.
Yeah. Aliens fighting! I can sell this!
The Quintessons even get their own theme music in this episode.
Yeah.
I like it. So 2 Quintessons are sentenced to death at the end of this episode, but their execution will be delayed until the journal is found. And so it made me wonder, and these are the 5 Faces Quintessons. I wondered if these were the same ones from the 5 Faces of Darkness and Nightmare Planet, and if this is why by the time of Return of Optimus Prime, there's only one of them left because two of them, when they fail their mission, they're sentenced to death.
That would make sense. I would be happy to oblige you.
Right. But there's three of them in the next episode.
That's true.
And we'll talk about that a little bit when we get to the next episode.
Well, yeah, you get the sense that their resources are so strapped that even though it is their custom to like, oh yeah, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Just not right now because we need you.
Right. So you talked a little bit about the other the other planets. So let's go over that.
Yes.
There is the Delta Pavonis 4, which has cat and dog people.
Oh boy.
There is the planet, the Green Moon Antar has bee people, which I wonder if that's the same or related to the beehive planet that they go to in the Headmasters.
Oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah. Then there's the Earth Embassy on Cygnus 7, which has a country accent Marissa Fairborn.
Y'all can't do this.
So is that supposed to be Marissa Fairborn? I don't know.
Maybe.
Anyway. And on that planet, there is a race of metal people. And
yes.
I can't tell if they're supposed to be like...
They're human sized, but they look like Transformers.
Yeah. Are they Transformers? Are they just...
Micromasters.
Actually, they kind of look like... Yeah, actually, the... Not Micromasters, but the... in Headmasters again.
Oh, yeah.
When they go to one of the planets with Jack. Exploding Jack.
Exploding Jack.
Oh, right. Wasn't that on Planet Master?
Yes.
They kind of look like the characters from Planet Master that become the Headmasters.
Right.
Headmasters. Anyway, yeah. And, oh my gosh, are the humans making Transformer slaves on Earth now? That guy was selling a granny attack dog.
Terrifying. I meant to make a note of this, but yeah, that's a very strange thing to be selling.
I was like, how are they okay with this? I think it's
just like a Nightbird situation.
I was about to say, this is...
Dr. Fujiyama.
The
famous scientist.
Yeah, he started integrating Transformer technology.
Mm-hmm.
Which, that's a great idea for a robot, is a granny attack dog.
Wild combination.
From a housemaid to an attack dog.
I do like the color scheme on it. That like navy blue with the orange and white. Like, it's a good look. Should have been a toy. Yeah. Come on, Hasbro, get on it. Hasbro. I like what you mentioned about the Blaster's easy listening music that Rodimus hates is the cure to violent subliminal messaging.
TV hypnosis is to listen to classical music.
Yeah. I love that this episode...
Maybe he's playing the Cure music, the healing music from last episode.
Maybe he's playing The Cure, as in...
No, but seriously, like last episode in Carnage in C minor, he records their music, right? And some of the music that they sing, the magic music, can heal people. So maybe he's playing the magic healing music.
He's healing the subliminal messaging.
Yeah, he's healing everybody's minds from the subliminal messaging that
makes sense.
Has been hypnotizing them.
Man, Carnage in C minor actually was relevant.
Yeah. So this is actually, technically, this is a trilogy.
Huh. I love that.
You can get away with not watching Carnage in C minor.
Yeah.
It's okay. Also, Blaster is playing diegetic music, so he also... Which he may have recorded on Eurythma.
Exactly.
It's the season 3 music that's, it's just in the scene.
It's what Allegra was composing in her retreat.
I don't think it's the same track.
No.
But maybe he got it from her, though. Yeah.
I like that, it's just, the last half of this episode feels like such a chaotic spiral.
Yeah.
Of just sheer, unpredictable chaos. You have no idea what's going to happen next. And even Galvatron gets in on it, where it makes sense. He gets influenced by the subliminal messaging because it's in line with his obsession with destruction.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, everybody's killing each other, let's go!
Because I believe in me!
I'm a winner!
Also,
like, you are a
Galvatron's
winner,
cannon
Galvatron.
actually does some damage in this episode. It takes down Omega Supreme.
Yes.
Which also, Omega Supreme is in this episode.
Holy smokes! We haven't forgotten about him.
Yeah, I was glad to see him. This may be his last episode, I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's in this episode. Hooray! We also get the advent of Bored Rodimus,
Ah, yes.
which kind of starts a through line between this episode and the next two episodes.
He's so tired.
Yeah, he's tired of leadership.
He's so tired.
Also, there's cranes on Cybertron. That is all.
Oh, sweet.
It just reminded me of Five Faces of Darkness.
Yeah. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah. Just some small cranes, which they may be Transformers because they are smaller than Rodimus and Ultra Magnus.
Ah.
But that may just be a skill issue?
Oh, yeah.
A scale issue.
This is also the beginning of Rodimus's, like, I'm tired, and Ultra Magnus, you're doing great, sweetie.
Well, in this episode, Ultra Magnus is like, hey, you have to deal with this. I know it's boring, but you gotta stick your nose in the paperwork and get things done.
He's like helping his kid do homework that he
Right.
doesn't want to do.
Right. Yep. We'll talk more about that
Mhm.
in the next couple episodes. And with that, we'll be to be continued in the next episode. Which, for some reason, this one aired after Quintesson Journal, but we have put it in the correct order for this.
Fascinating.
Yeah, because at the end of this episode, during the big battle, I love how many plots are going. This episode actually handles the multiple plot thing going on really well.
Yes.
There's a lot of different plots going on at the same time, and this pulls it off.
And I think it's because you have the Quintessons are kind of the main perspective in this episode, and they're constantly watching everybody.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So you have basically a narrator keeping everything in order for you. It's not just chaos.
Yeah.
But I love the chaos at the end, and it causes the journal to be lost in space, as even the Quintessons get in on the TV references.
I heard that and I was like, I see what you're doing there.
And with that, we'll take a quick break and get on with our next episode.
Hey everybody, that concludes part 1 of episode 23 of BroBots in Disguise. Join us later this month for part 2, where we will continue our discussion of these 5 episodes, picking up with the Quintesson Journal, rounding out with the Ultimate Weapon, and doing our segments. Alright, we'll see you then. Bye.